this is Reverend Don Lewis coming to you from beautiful Florida. And today our question comes to us from Tika Carr. And Tika has a follow-up question to her earlier question about how often to cleanse healing stones. And in this question, Tika tells us that she often wears stone necklaces and would like to know if she should cleanse these after each wearing. She also asks if I can give some tips on how to cleanse stones and whether different stones require different kinds of cleansing. And my answer to this is that I think that cleansing stone necklaces after each wearing would be unnecessary. The exception would be if for some reason you feel they need cleansing, then certainly you should, but generally speaking, I would say they would not need cleansing nearly so often. If you feel that you need a schedule for cleansing, I would say maybe once a month. But I will also say be open to how they feel, because your individual stones may behave differently than my general advice. But generally I wouldn't think you'd need to cleanse them more than once a month and maybe less. There are many different ways to cleanse stones, but I really wouldn't think for the most part different stones would need different forms of cleansing. Although again, if you work with stones and you're sensitive to them, and you feel that one technique would be better for a particular one that is in your possession, I certainly wouldn't tell you not to. I always cleanse all of my stones pretty much the same way, however, and most people that I know use one general technique for cleansing all of their stones. And I don't know that I've really known anyone who used different techniques for different stones, although if you want to, there's no reason not to. Some of the techniques that are commonly used, although there are many others that I won't mention, but some of the more common ones include things like burying your stones in salt, overnight or for a couple of days, or laying them out in direct moonlight at the time of the full moon, or running them under cold running water. And of course you can also use visualization and visualize clear white light pouring through them, or yellow-white light, which is what I would more likely use. What I most strongly would recommend is to combine cold running water with visualization, and that is what I personally would generally do. And I find that if you take the stone that needs cleansing, put it under the cold running water, and visualize light going through it at the same time, it's a pretty good technique. I also sometimes will simply use the visualization, and I find that also works generally just as well. And I would not necessarily recommend one of these techniques over the other in terms of effectiveness, although as I say, that would be my preference, the running water with the visualization, but you should try different ones and see what works best for you because, again, your mileage may vary. So, I hope that answers your questions and gives you something to think about, and until next time, may you blessed be. Today's vlog is brought to us by the term Feng Shui.
Feng Shui, ancient Chinese art of geomancy based on the directions and the Asian system of 5 elements. Feng Shui is used to align the positions of buildings, to decorate rooms, and in general to divine the most auspicious place to put things, to allow for a free flow of qi, spiritual energy.